Federal government liquidators have won a bid to freeze over $500 million in assets owned by Clive Palmer and his companies. The liquidators are trying to recoup $70 million of taxpayer money paid to workers who lost their jobs when Queensland Nickel collapsed. Live to Lexi Hamilton-Smith outside the Supreme Court. Lexi, what kind of assets are being frozen?
Good evening, Jess. Look, it'll be $200 million of Clive Palmer's personal assets, things like his massive real estate holdings, his vintage cars, his private jet. They even listed things like his golf carts. It also includes $340 million in corporate assets that Palmer owns. Now, this case has dragged on for some 9 months. Clive Palmer often representing himself. He wasn't in court today, but he certainly was directing his lawyers, initially asking them to apply for a stay of the order pending his chance to appeal, but that was rejected. He also asked them to put forward something like a $200 million surety or bond to protect against any future court orders, but then literally mid-hearing, 30 minutes in, he then directed his lawyers to withdraw that offer, pending a need to see his accountant and get some tax advice. Now, all this happened on the day that the Australian Financial Review put out its rich list, listing Clive Palmer's assets at around $2.8 billion. So you can imagine some of these sacked workers in Townsville had a lot to say today.
I'm glad that Clive Palmer is now getting his just desserts, as they say. It's a long time coming, but I'm glad it's come. There'll be a lot of people that hopefully will be happy with the outcome.
You know, he's obviously always been a maverick sort of thing. He sort of shoots from the hip sort of thing, and when the price of Queensland Nickel dove down, he probably thought he'd cut his losses.
He's still carrying on like nothing's happened, going on cruises and doing everything else that he's doing at the moment. Yeah, it's not fair, but just sticking it in everyone's face that he's wronged.
And Lexi, what's Clive Palmer had to say?
Well, Jess, he's been on radio basically playing it down, saying this is a bit of a storm in a teacup, but he also got his PR agent to put out a statement saying that he thought it was once again a political witch hunt, and extraordinary that a man just listed as the 20th most wealthiest person in the country could have his assets frozen. The liquidators, of course, have welcomed the decision, saying at least gives a little bit of comfort to the Queensland Nickel creditors. And of course, Clive Palmer has always denied any wrongdoing in this matter.
Lexi Hamilton-Smith, thank you.